In Pakistan, and across the developing world, a humanities degree ends with one uncomfortable question. In the final year, parents start asking it, "Who will employ you?" For students of psychology and media studies, that question is hard to answer well. It is not that the skills are missing. These students learn research methods, interviewing, audience theory, production. What is missing is proof. None of it can be shown to an employer until it has been used on a real project. And a real project is the one thing a student cannot get without proof. So 3 gaps sit between a good student and a first income. This platform closes those gaps with go-to-market engineering. Companies use it to find their next customer. They watch public signals. A budget awarded, a campaign launched, a role posted. Then they respond first with something specific. A student looking for her first client is solving exactly the same problem, and nobody has ever built her the machinery. The world-leading platforms for this are priced for funded sales teams. A department, or a group of graduates with no capital, cannot touch them. So this one is built for the humanities, and for a team of 4 or 5 people. This is the board. It serves 2 departments, psychology and media studies. Every lead that arrives is sorted by which of those 2 student pools could take the work. These are live leads, pulled this week from public sources. The machine reads every new grant, campaign, funding round and hiring burst it can find, and throws away almost all of them. What reaches this queue is what survived. So this is not market noise. Each one has already been matched to a specific deliverable a student cohort could actually produce, and each carries 2 lines written for the person triaging them, why it fits this business, and what to check before committing anyone's time to it. Here is a media example, and it is real. A Pakistani energy company has just launched 4 community projects in a talk. The board reads that as a mini documentary. A funded community project wants its story told, and a media studies cohort can film it from public material alone. And this is the article behind that card. Bloom, Pakistan, published in July. The lead is not a summary of a story. It is the story, one click away. And here is one for psychology, reported in Dawn in June. A Pakistani startup has just raised $2 million to build a platform for online merchants. Fresh funding means their sign-up and pricing flow is about to come under scrutiny. So the board proposes a behavioral funnel review, that is coursework in cognitive bias, sold as a service. Now the model, and it is deliberately low-tech at the start. A small team picks 1 lead, 1 seasoned psychologist or media professional, and 2 or 3 enthusiasts. They open a WhatsApp group, and they invite students to join them. No platform, no contracts, no capital. If enough students want in, the group becomes a cohort, and those students become the team that delivers the work. If nobody bites, it costs 1 message, and you move to the next lead. Every cohort is tracked here from the first day, its scope, its price per seat, and the stage it has reached. The board also states what to do next, so nothing waits on somebody remembering. The work itself does not happen here. It happens in ARC. That is where the cohort gets its shared space, its mentors, and its tasks. Different students take different pieces. One runs the interviews, one handles the analysis, one cuts the film, and when a piece is finished, somebody qualified marks it. A psychology doctorate assesses the research a student produced against the standards of the discipline. A working producer reviews the edit. That is the difference between this and students freelancing on the side. The work is supervised, and everything the client will eventually see is checked before they see it. When the challenge closes in ARC, the outcome comes back here. What was delivered, how many students took part, and their consent to have the work shown to an outside organization. Without that consent recorded, the cohort cannot move forward at all. Then the finished work is pitched back, usually to the organization whose signal started the whole thing, and sometimes to 2 or 3 others with the same need. You choose the target, and the system drafts the pitch for you. It is labeled as speculative work, plainly, in the message itself. Nobody is told this was commissioned when it was not. From there it is a funnel. The example on screen is invented to show you the shape of it. A draft waits for your approval. Once you approve it, you copy it and send it yourself. Then you mark it sent. If they call a meeting, it moves again. And if it converts, that is a paid engagement and a portfolio piece the student now owns. That is the whole loop. A public signal becomes a cohort. The cohort becomes delivered work. The work becomes a pitch, a first invoice, and a portfolio piece the student keeps for good. Do that twice and a graduate is no longer explaining what she studied. She is showing what she has done and for whom. That is what opens the next door, whether she freelances or builds an agency of her own. For a department, this costs nothing but a room and an endorsement. For a student, it is finally an answer to the question their parents keep asking: